What's going on, everybody? Let me make sure my audio is good, actually. All right. Be sure here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Man, what a fight. I don't believe I'm going to be here that long. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to be here that long. But what a fight. Honestly, that was something else, but I got to keep it 100 with you guys. I had it 6 rounds to 5 for Chocolatito going into the 12th. And it looked like I was going to have it a draw, but then Chocolatito had quite a rally in the last minute. I think it was like the second minute. And I think he edged out the 12th. And I had it 7-5 for Chocolatito if I keep it honest and I keep it consistent. That's 115, 113 Chocolatito for me, right? And this is someone who I think Estrada won the first fight. I think I favored him heavy to win this one. But I got to keep it honest. All right. I feel Chocolatito won this fight. And, but man, let's see what they say. I don't know what they're saying. I don't know. He doesn't look that confident. I don't know, man. Yeah, I can see the draw. I can see anything, guys. I can. All right. This is something I rarely do, and I'm gonna drop a link here if anybody wants to jump on. But I'm gonna cook first, okay? Look, man. I don't. First of all, I gotta talk about the fight, bro. This fight was nuts. Round 7. Well, first of all, round 4 was an unbelievable round. That round was nuts. Round 7, Estrada hit. Look, man. Estrada hit Chocolatito with some bombazos. Okay? He hit him with some of the biggest shots I've ever seen landed on somebody. And Chocolatito somehow took him. And he stayed the course and he weathered that storm. And he comes out and arguably wins the next round. I was a little surprised. I couldn't believe he was taking those shots. I really felt that he couldn't take shots like that anymore. And that's one of the reasons I favored, a guy to win by knockout late in the fight. I'm in shock too in Roy Mix. Ricardo Martinez, I hear you. He ate him for sure. In a lot of those middle rounds, and early in the fight, but so was Gallo, right? So was Gallo. Hell of a fight. Great war. I mean, and they closed out the show in the 12th round, man. Like I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Then the man, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? I just got through watching the fight, just like you did.
Yeah, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. 117, 111. Why did I know whoever had that scorecard, I knew was going to win the fight?
Well, not necessarily, because the last judge who scored a 115, 113 for Estrada, he typically favors aggressive fighters. He scored it. He was a last judge. He was a judge for the McCaskill and the break his fight, the fight prior.
Mm.
Well, I'm talking about the fight tonight. He scored at 100-89 from McCaskill. So I would assume that he
That
was
was
going to
way too
score.
wide. Yeah.
Yeah, that was way too wide. I mean, look, Cecilia fought a little bit better fight, but she in my card she lost what 4 I think she lost like 2 maybe she won maybe 2 or 3 rounds on my card, just like the first fight. But I thought she didn't do enough because the first 5 rounds I gave to McCaskill, I gave to Jessica, and then I think it was too little, too late. Plus, you have to look at the fact, take into account that she lost a point deduction for constantly holding and leaning on McCaskill's back, which you're not going to get away with that here in the States. All right, you can get away with that in Europe, but not here. But anyhow, yeah, the 117-111 though for Estrada. Yeah, look, again, you can argue whoever won the fight 115-113, or if you want to you have it a draw. Cannot argue that. But the 117-111, I mean, I don't know what the judge was looking at. Maybe he didn't like the fact that Chocolatito didn't show any defensive technique, because that's just not his style. He just
Well, the
fights
thing
that way.
is though, like
Yeah,
defense is done in so many ways. I saw him catching shots with the glove, the
that's
elbows.
true. That's true. That's true.
And in these lower weight classes, you just can't pot shot your way to a win. Like there's too much action going on, So
Right.
I don't know. I feel like Chocolatito did enough to win the fight.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
If someone wants to give it to Estrada, I can see that because I had some close rounds I give to Choco that you could argue for Estrada, but
yeah. I mean, that's a good point. I scored a 7-5 for Gonzalez, and you saw a guy, his reaction after the score was red. Man, he literally was surprised because he didn't think he was going to get the decision. I think his team thought they lost that fight before the scorecard was read. But either way it goes, man, I think they were thinking, no, we got to knock this guy out because he's really the headliner. He's the moneymaker. We got to knock him out. If we don't knock him out, we're not going to get the decision. Like that's one way you could say that they probably were worried about, the fight going the distance. But
I want a trilogy.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. But may have to wait on that a little bit longer because Sarisa Cat just won yesterday. He wants a rematch with either one of them. So, I mean, I would love to see the third fight with Sarisa Cat and Estrada.
He could wait. It doesn't,
what about Erwin Akas? Do you think he should get in the mix?
Oh man, on Akas against why not just fight
he could fight Sarisa Cat.
Yeah.
Or he could fight Netes, and Netes to choose to come back up to 115. I mean, that's up to Netes if he wants to do that. But other than that, yeah, there's a lot of good fights to be made at Superfly, man, and flyweight.
Superfly is like, Superfly. You know what I mean? It's a pretty fly division.
It's a very deep and good division, and I will say this though, man, that's why I'm pissed off at the monster Nayo Inoue. He jumped out of that division without fighting those top 4 guys. He didn't fight Quadras. He didn't fight Gonzalez. He didn't fight Sarisa Cat. That was the fight we wanted to see. He didn't, we didn't get that fight. And he didn't fight Estrada. So that's why I was pissed off at him. To be fair, he is doing cleanup at 118, but he's barely a goddamn bantamweight. He's a small bantamweight. And, obviously the argument is that people said the reason why he jumped up because he had trouble making 115. I don't believe that. That's just my take on it, man.
I mean, people will say what they say, but I mean, he still fought at 115, right? So
yeah, he did. He collected the belt. He was a WBO champion, and he had a couple defenses. I think he won that belt off of Omar Narvaez. It was a fight that.
A couple of things I'm trying to figure out. First thing, make sure you hit my like button, guys. Come on, hit that like button. The first thing. Did you see round 7 where Estrada hit Chocolatito with everything? Like he hit him like
he would everything with the kitchen sink.
It looked to me like he was done, bro. I honestly thought, okay, like 2-3 more rounds and it's a wrap but Chocolatito comes out and he looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, he fought. This was the last fight of his life, and he's back in form, man. Because he's back in form. He seems like he's motivated again, even though the loss happened. He can still come back from this. He can still make big fights. Now, some people are. I think somebody said something. I think one person I talked to suggested maybe he can go to bantamweight Like, nah, he can't do that. That's too small. He's too small for that class.
Wait,
He's facing much bigger punches up there. Nah, that's not gonna work. Sarisa Cat is a big fucking puncher as it is already, and he took his shots, and I think that took a lot out of him, in my view, when he fought him.
let me just play a little bit of this. Check it out, guys. This was me interviewing Chocolatito's trainer. So, hold on, give me a second.
All right.
Me interviewing fans is Chocolatito is. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the beginning. Because I guess the narrative is by a lot of boxing fans is Chocolatito is on a downhill. He's not the same guy anymore. But Estrada, he's the best in the division now. He's better than he was then. Do you believe that? Like, or are you in line with that? But you look at his record. Chocolatito has 50 win, 47 knockout. He has 2 losses. Actually, 1 he lost. The other one they robbed him. It was a controversial, decision. If you look at it, because it's down the hill, he got 4 wins in the last 2 years. 1 world title. Gallo Estrada is a champion. So he's a fighter. Chocolatito's been thrown on the last fight. He threw over 1,200 punches. Not every fight. Here's what I want to say, though, because I got to keep it real with you. There's a lot of people in the chat saying that Gallo's going to win, right? Because like, people are real confident about that. But even before this fight, right, coming back, him coming back from the knockout loss to ringside, like, was that a motivational factor? Or was he, did he have a fire under him wanting to come back and prove, people wrong? The pundits, the fans? People judging Chocolatito for his knockout. People judging Chocolatito for what? He's 5-time world champion. What do you say? Guy hasn't been 5-time world champion. He beat when he fought Japan. They thought he's gonna get knocked out because the guy was younger, the Olympian guy. He has a 6-time title defense. He looked impressive. People being underdog, putting Chocolatito as the underdog. It's fine. It's okay. We all have our own opinion. That's what's beautiful about boxing. Look, the fact of the matter is, Gallo is hungrier in this fight, in his opinion, as Raider LA. People are questioning the hunger of is he still hungry? Does he still want it? What do you think? What are the fans missing here about Chocolatito? What is that? When they're hungry, would have knocked out their world champion. He's still world champion. They're both world champions. He has 2 losses. One that he didn't lose. The other one, believe me, everything happened when his trainer passed away. It was not the same. They picked another trainer, which he was good, but it was not the same. Different styles, different type of training, and it was not the same. He's been fighting for a long time. So what are you telling us right now, speaking to the fans, there's nothing missing when it comes to hunger, dedication, the will to win. So, there's nothing in Chocolatito at all that you believe is missing. He's 100% ready for this fight. 120% ready. We are ready. We're training for one of the top fighters on the 115, and we know what we're going through. We know who we're going to face, and for that matter, we're going to put 100%. Do you believe Chocolatito, Gallo Estrada is better than the first time he fought Chocolatito? Do you believe he's better? I know you think you're going to win, but do you think he's better, or is it Singari? Wait, I got to tell you this. We'll see on the day, on the 13th. We'll see. They're going to see Chocolatito. So, look, do you think that Gallo proved he's a better fighter or anything like that, man? The last time he fought?
You know what? He did a better job in this fight. He made some adjustments. He didn't give too much ground to Chocolatito like he did the first fight. Even though Chocolatito did show his pressure for the most part, the ring ownership for the most part, but there were spots in that fight, maybe a few rounds that Gallo did kind of smother Chocolatito's work a little bit. He was beating him to the body. He was, he was outlanding him in most of those rounds, and he was showing more. He was showing he was a little bit more, showing a little bit more aggression, like he did opposed to the first fight. So yeah, he definitely made some adjustments here. Now, Again, you can argue that he won the fight. He lost it on my card, even though I thought I had him winning. I had him winning this fight. Before going in, I bet. I didn't bet on him. I predicted he would win. I mean, he lost, but on my card. But I can understand that if you want to give him 7-5, that's the most you can argue. I don't see anything above that. No 8-4. That's not the fight I watched. I know there's a guy in the chat who saw the fight 8-4 for Estrada, but that's his opinion. I'm not going to knock him for it. But yeah, 7-5. If you want to, you can't stretch it out no further than that. That's just that's how close of a fight it was.
It was an extremely close fight. We got Miguel Dragon, Haplotype, Boxing Dialogue, Bruce Goes, Mad Dog, Haplotype. Shout out to all you guys. Alexis, look, man, I'm gonna go shortly, but I can't. What a fight, bro! I was holding my breath at times in that fight.
Me too, man. Me too. I thought Estrada was going to get knocked out in that last round, man. He looked like he was going to. I mean, he has. The thing about Estrada is that he can take bombs and he has very good recruitment power. So he could get stung a little bit, but he'll recover very quickly. That's the thing about him. And maybe I thought about this for a second. Maybe part of the reason why Gonzalez didn't give him much respect at all for the most part of the fight, because you have to understand, Estrada is a very small, naturally smaller guy. He's a natural, little fly, light flyweight. And I know Chocolatito, they both fought down there many years ago. But there was an argument that can be made that Chocolatito was a little bit big for that weight anyway. So he was more the naturally stronger guy between the two. And that did show tonight as well. But to be fair, Estrada beat very convincingly the man who knocked out Chocolatito. It's a Ramasai, who is a naturally bigger, stronger super flyweight than both of them. And, Gallo took his best shots and kept coming at, and he kept fighting on against him in their two fights. So, yeah, look, good fight, but the 117-111 card, man, that's disgraceful. You don't have to like Chocolatito, you don't have to like Roman Gonzalez, but he deserved more than he deserved better. He deserved better.
Even the dude that says 8-4, even he has it closer for the judge, bro.
I know.
I just man, there's nothing better, bro, than a road of redemption and a fighter like shutting up the critics and having a comeback. And that's what I felt we witnessed tonight.
Right.
Like I was like, Chocolatito literally was rolling off, and now he looks like he beat the best in the division.
Right.
This could have been like, I mean, so I feel a little bad for him, but look, it's not out of the realm of possibility to have Estrada winning, right? I just think, just third fight. Wrong as I, and everybody else could wait, in my opinion. They could wait.
Just like we had,
or they could fight each other while they wait on these guys.
Yeah, I mean, we can have this could be shaped up to be like the Michael Garball and the the Humberto Gonzalez fight many years ago.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of. Do you remember the Morales Barrera fights?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The first fight, controversial, and a lot of people thought the other guy won.
Yeah.
In Barrera. And then the second fight, to me, clearly, like, even more clear than this, I felt like Morales beat Barrera, but they gave it to Barrera, and so they had to do a third fight. That's how I feel about this. Like, settle it is a third fight, and hopefully there's a stoppage, and then that'll settle the trilogy, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. It kind of, if you want to put this fight on the scale of maybe Rafael Marquez and Israel Vasquez, the 4 fights people don't talk about, which is one of the greatest quadrilogies I've ever seen. That it could be up that scale too, but obviously that was more of a rock and sock'em fight between those two. But other than that, yeah, man. I mean, good night of boxing. I mean, I didn't even see the Showtime card, so I didn't even bother with David Benavidez until he fights somebody with a pulse. Then I'll tune in.
One last thing I want to say about these weight classes, man, and something I think a lot of people misunderstand about them. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot more is just happening, per minute than in other weight classes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's very fast paced. It's like fast paced chess,
Right.
And if you ever play chess, it's a little different when you have a 10-second clock than a 1 second or 1 minute clock. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Like you're going to make more mistakes as everything's happening faster. It's quicker. It's more fast. You know, there's more punches being thrown and all that. So I did see a lot of really, really high class boxing at a very, very high pace tonight. Outside of the 12th, where they both basically threw caution to the wind in the last minute.
Right.
And I'll tell you right now, bro, usually, like when a guy loses a close fight like this, you could point at a round and say, yeah, but he took his foot off the pedal on that round or whatever.
Yeah.
Chocolatito never took his foot off the pedal.
No, but he can also, you know what, to be fair, though, you may have some bit of a point, but he, at the same time, he probably is going to go back and look at that and regret the fact that he even allowed Estrada to get back into the fight in the 5th, 6th, I think the 7th round, because we know Estrada typically is dangerous in the mid rounds because he typically starts off, semi slow, just a fill out process. That when the 4th and maybe especially the 5th or 6th round onwards, that's when he starts turning up the heat. He's done this to Quadras a couple of times when Quadras was like getting the best of him in the early rounds. Next, Estrada comes back and he's dangerous. You can't keep him off of you. You know what I mean? He starts punching. He starts countering you. He starts using angles against you. He just uses all sorts of weapons against you.
Yes.
So that's something Chocolatito is going to look at. And you have to regret that he let him get back into the fight in the mid rounds.
I just don't know if there's anything he can do to stop it. Like it's because Estrada's that good. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's the thing. But man, I just gotta be like, and I gotta say this, guys. I don't know if you know this, Dan, but I'm a big Gallo fan.
Yeah, I like Gallo too. I like him. He's one of my favorite
I'm a big fan of Gallo. I just think Gonzalez pulled it off. Like I gotta be honest.
Me too. I'm with you on that one. I thought Gonzalez won that fight 7-5. 7 rounds of fight.
Now it's a little payback in my opinion from the first fight, but it's okay. But third fight. A lot of people saying it sounds good. I want to talk about the Breakers McCaskill before we go.
Okay.
I agree. I agree that I think that's the obvious. I think we can both agree. McCaskill won. Breakers won maybe 3 or 4 rounds. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think I probably give her 5. I'm like 4 rounds, but out of 10 rounds, it's pretty close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, dude, like something is missing with women's boxing. Like, and we know what it is. They're missing that extra minute and those extra 2 rounds. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Because so many times it just feels like the fight's just getting started, then it's over.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to fill out their opponents and not, that's the reason why we don't
continue that pace with 3 minutes and 12 rounds.
She could. The reason why she runs out of gas real quickly because she knows there's not much time on the clock in the round, so that's why she's trying to go for the kill early. And that, another thing too is another thing why women's boxing gets criticized so much because we don't get enough explosive knockouts. And part of that reason is because they don't get an extra minute. It's hard to get a knockout in 2 rounds. I mean, 2 minutes in one round. It's very difficult. It is
because look, McCaskill heard Breakers. Was it the second? I forget what round.
Yeah, she heard him multiple times. She heard her in the second.
And I was, dude, I was like, what if she had another minute? Like
the minute. If she had another minute, she would have put Breakers down.
Yeah, and then I think it was. I forget what round it was in the later rounds where McCaskill looked tired, and Breakers was like. So it's one of those I just want to see that extra minute. I want to see those extra 2 rounds.
I agree. I think they need to go ahead and go for it. I know and Seneda Estrada and Marlon Esparza, they fought 3-minute rounds a couple of years ago on the Kovalev and Canelo card. Yeah. And
was Breakers asking for a rematch again?
Yes, she is. She's asking for a 3rd fight.
You already lost 2 straight. It's a wrap.
I don't know, Cecilia. Go back to the drawing board. You fight her again. You're gonna lose.
You know what it could be though. Sometimes just someone that has the style you just can't beat.
Yeah, she just can't beat that style. Yeah, she just can't do
it. Like maybe she could beat other girls that maybe McCaskill can't. Right?
Well, yeah, that's true. But many argue that Cecilia Breakers over the years, it's not her fault. When she was reigning, she didn't really have. That stiff competition like we see now in the weight classes in the women's boxing. Like now you have the the Clarissa Shields, you have the Katie Taylors, you have Jessica McCaskill, you have you have Christina Hammer. That was a fight I wanted to see. I wanted Breakers to go up weight and fight her, but I think that would have been an ugly fight to watch because of that style. Yeah.
April says like a female Porter. She does remind me of Porter a little bit. Yeah. Like, a little bit.
Somewhat. She, here, believe it or not, Jessica does have some technique. She can box if she wants to, but she
so
always,
does Porter. So does Porter.
yeah. The thing is, they just choose to slug it out a lot. That's what they do, and it's sometimes it's an ugly but effective style.
Well, what do you think about a third fight? And
well, I
like
think
Breakers McCaskill, is there any way you could foresee like them even trying to sell a third fight?
Nah, I don't think they're even gonna waste their time on that.
Because they were good, but not that good. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not like it was not like the Severus and the Napoleon fight that we seen a couple years. I think last year, I believe, on the Clarissa Shields and Rankin. No, when she fought Hazen on the at 154, their first fight at 154. Yeah, that was a very good super middleweight female fight between Napoleon and Severus, but it wasn't even on that level. It was a good fight, but not on that level. But what I do want to see though is the rematch between McCaskill and Taylor. I think that one's long overdue. And I think to me, I would favor. I would favor
147.
My bad. Yeah, I would not that 147. Yeah, I'll favor McCaskill. Katie, I think that's too much weight for her.
If I'm McCaskill, I'm like, you're gonna come. I got all these belts. You know what I mean?
Like, you call the shots. Don't give in to Taylor. I know that's what Eddie Hearn's going to try to do. He's going to say, well, she's the moneymaker. She draws more than you. She has a bigger fan base than you.
Fine.
So that's fine.
But guess what? If she wants to be a champion at 147.
Well, I don't think. Yeah, here's the thing, though. The UK is on lockdown right now, so yeah, Eddie's gonna have no problem bringing Katie Taylor over here to the States.
Look, it's like this. It's like this. Look. And by the way, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. Okay.
Yeah, rest in peace to the marvelous one, man. Yeah, sad news.
Ray Leonard was the more popular fighter, the bigger name, right?
Right.
But he wanted a fight with Hagler, but he wanted 12 rounds, not 15. Guess what? Hagler was like, "Well, fuck you, pay me." You know what I mean?
Right.
I want a bigger ring. Okay, sure. Yeah. Fuck you, pay me. You know what I mean? So he actually made more money than Ray because of all these stipulations. So little difference. If Katie Taylor wants to make history and be undisputed at 147, there's only one way to do it, and that's through McCaskill. So
that's true. And the fact is, too, I think about that, going to touch on the Hagler and the Ray Leonard situation. Well, Hagler literally gave up everything to get that fight done. But as you said, though, he got paid more to do that. He's like, look, you pay me if this is what you want. You want a bigger ring size. You want these type of gloves. And you don't want 15 rounds. You got to pay me, bro.
Speaking of Hagler, man, I mean, what a tribute by Michael Buffer.
Oh, yeah, he seemed emotional about that, too, man.
For a couple of seconds there, man, like, and somebody shut up in the crowd, like, but they finally shut up, and, you got a good ovation, and then what a fight. Like, remind me of Hagler wearing that hat that said war, you know what I mean? And that's what we got. We got a war,
Sure did.
That was awesome. Speaking of Hagler, I don't know if you've already done it, but if you guys go to my community page, you could win, all right, a limited edition poster. Okay, it's a poster. It's a nice print of the painting from Killian, the artist that we had 2 weeks ago. He'll be back on. We're going to do a raffle, right? And all you got to do is say you're in, and you guys can register to win that poster for free. With shipping and everything, that thing's like a $60 value. So you guys want to register for that and tune in for your chance to win it. And it's the Four Kings poster, which includes Marvelous Hagler. So along with Duran, Leonard, Hearns, and all that. So it's a limited edition poster. So make sure you guys put your name in the hat. You know what I mean? You could do that too, Dan, man.
All right, cool. I'll do that, man. Appreciate it.
Get Joe Lopez 40 ounce. All you guys, even official LDBC rep, if you want to do it too, I don't know what you meant by little weights and women. That this is D Styles night. Whatever, it's all good. I love all boxing, from the heavyweights to the minimum weights. I'll watch it all. All right. But any final words for us, brother?
No, yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me on, man. I know, and yeah, great fight, man. Great night of boxing. We had a very good card at in Dallas, Texas, on the Zone. So my hat's off to Eddie Hearn for putting on another good card. I got to give him that credit. And yeah, let's keep it going, man. And I have to say this though, this is not to take a shot at anybody or any organization, but I do support them still, the PBC, but their cards has been pretty horrendous as of late. They need to get it together. That's all I got to say. Get it together over here at the PBC.
I haven't even watched it, bro. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow morning.
Me too. Yeah, I'm not
But
even.
I already know he won, and I haven't even read anything about it. So
yeah, no, right. I wasn't even. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even care. And some guys asked me, "Hey, you gonna watch? What about the Benavidez fight?" Like, I don't care. Look who he's fighting. I don't even give a damn about that fight. I mean
it was Benavidez' plant, and then now we're talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I would have watched that over McCaskill Brickers or something. But
that's the thing, though, man. I like PBC. They have a very, very deep pool of talented fighters, but the problem is they're not getting them to fight each other enough. That's the problem. Say what you will about Eddie Hearn. Say what you will about Bob Arum, but Eddie Hearn for the most part. Eddie Hearn least matches his fighters. Tough.
Arum Oregon hit 140 undisputed, brother.
Exactly. And yeah, they match their fighters tough almost consistently, and the PBC is just not doing that right now.
On ESPN for free.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing though, like I said though, I hope this is a wake-up call, and they need to get their shit together. They get these guys in there, they gotta fight each other. Bring in the revenue, bring in the clientele, bring in the consumer base. They just need to get this shit together, man. And I'm just pleading out to them, please, Al Heyman, get your brand together, man. This is just not looking good right now. But that's all I got to say, man. But thanks for having me on.
The link is in the chat to the community page, guys. Make sure you subscribe to me. Make sure you subscribe to Dan the Man Boxing here on YouTube, and also follow me on Twitter at DStyleBoxing. We're going to have a second raffle. We're going to be giving away the new Hispanics Causing Panic HCPT second edition T-shirt free giveaway. We're going to raffle that out on Tuesday as well. All right, you could also get this tee. All right, at the Teespring. That's the DStyleBoxing. It's under that. This is DStyle. I'm out, guys. Peace out.
Peace.